Gift of the Givers has joined the search of two South African teachers who went missing in Vietnam. Mushfiq Daniels from Cape Town and Bothma from Johannesburg were employed in Vietnam as teachers and both vanished under mysterious circumstances. Right now, for a quick update, we're joined from our Sea Point studios by Dr Imtiaz Sooliman from Gift of the Givers. He's the founder of Gift of the Givers. Dr Sooliman, thank you very much for joining us here on SA Today on SABC. Just as a start, do we now have some sort of idea as to what could have possibly happened then to the two teachers?
No, good afternoon. We don't know what happened to the two teachers, but there's a pattern to follow. Both families have approached me this week, and I've looked at the pattern of both families. Both boys were young, both were male, both were young, 23 and 28.
Yeah.
Both went to Vietnam, both went to teach, and both are disappeared from the same city. And if you analyze why people disappear, in some cases it's because they're taken hostage. That's not the case here. There's no hostage groups or terror groups operating in the country. Sometimes you're taken for human trafficking, but in most cases that's women. And thirdly, there seems to be a case in Vietnam where there is involvement in illicit organ trade. And just in February this year, the Vietnamese government busted a ring that deals with organ trade. And to my analysis and understanding of the situation, I think both these young South Africans have been caught in a syndicate that deals with organs.
All right. So, I mean, you've been in this situation before, Dr. Sooliman. Have you had sort of any meetings now that you're involved in this situation with the families? And really, how are they keeping, not knowing, what's happened to their family members?
Well, in both families, the young boy, John Bothma, disappeared around the 18th of May.
Yeah.
He was speaking to his auntie that night before the phone went off. The other boy, Mushfiq Daniels, they've lost contact since 1st July. And his family went to Vietnam. And the mother is still there, trying to make contact and trying to find out what happened. Yeah. I met them on Thursday. I met the Daniels family on Thursday because I'm in Cape Town, and spoke to the Bothma family since Friday, from here. Both of them are very anxious. Both families are very anxious. They don't have enough information. They don't have any leads. They don't know what to do. And they're just desperate for any information, any advice. And they keep asking me the same question. Do you think they're alive? Do we know what happened?
Yeah.
Will we find them? Will we get them back?
Now, you've said now that you will be getting involved in the search of the two young men. In what form will your help be coming through? Where do you start?
Well, research probably the wrong word. We're getting involved in trying to analyze what's going on. And from the information I have, we have to discuss it with state security, with Interpol, and with DERCO. Because information we have, the analysis we have, points to certain people operating in the area. The modus operandi for both young boys is just too much of a coincidence. It's too similar in terms of what has happened, how they were led to a certain place, how social media has been used to try to discredit them, to make them look like this is some kind of a drug case. And you know how the mind works. When people say, there's a drug addict, we switch off. The case dies and nobody worries. It's a fantastic cover-up to do illicit, sinister business and discredit people to say they're involved in drugs and they're drug addicts, and nobody cares. And this formula could be used for so many other people. So messages go out on social media, and we looked at it. These guys don't fit in that category at all. They're not using drugs because they've been sending money home. Drug addicts don't send money home. They ask for money from home, to come and do things and spend. And people knew them, saw them, and they seemed like very happy young people. So they've disappeared under a cloud, and there is a fantastic cover-up here to make sure nobody looks for them, checks for them, finds out where they are, just kidding, these are some drug addicts, maybe they died, maybe they're in hospital, they just disappeared, or they went on a high and got lost somewhere without telling the family.
Yeah, you briefly mentioned the DERCO. Has there been any sort of good cooperation really between Gift of the Givers and DERCO, or is it too early at this stage to mention that?
No, it just started yesterday. This thing only started Thursday, and we were first looking to see what's going on. We've been analyzing the stuff. DERCO and us have a fantastic relationship. That's not the issue.
Yeah.
I first had to make sure I got my facts correct, analyze the thing properly before I present it to them.
All right. And just in closing, why did you feel it was important for Gift of the Givers to get involved in this particular case, or cases rather?
Well, over the years now, we've got a reputation of hiding people that are lost or people taken hostage, whether they come back alive or not. we always make contact. Right now, we're involved in 6 hostage cases of different citizens from different parts of the world. And because of our success with hostage situations, people have been turning to us, not only for this. We get write-ups every week. Somebody's missing in Pakistan, something happened to somebody in China, somebody disappeared in Madagascar, somebody's caught up in the DRC. We get reports like that all the time. And when these 2 families both wrote to us within a couple of days of each other and said, look, we're stuck, you guys can help, you have the know-how, you can do things. It's very hard to turn people away in this kind of situation. You know, when they're looking for hope, they're looking for answers, and they become demoralized. And I've seen it too many times in hostage situations that we worked. So it's very hard to walk away and say, sorry, I'm not interested, go find somebody else. And you know what your experience and your influence, you can do something. You may not find them, you may not bring them home alive, but at least try to give closure to the families.
All right, Dr. Imtiaz Sooliman, good luck to you and your team. Thank you very much for talking to us, and no doubt we will be keeping updated and talking to you throughout as you do get involved in this particular case. Thanks for your time, sir.
Thank you.